Welcome back to the show, and we're about to meet our corporate game changer. His name is Wolemi Esan. He is the partner in charge of power and infrastructure practice at one of Nigeria's leading commercial law firms, Olaniwun Ajayi LP. He's been rated a leading lawyer in Nigeria by most of the outstanding independent legal directories, including Chambers Global, IFLR 1000, and Legal 500. Wole spends his time advising on complex finance transactions and on all aspects of the development, privatization, acquisition, financing, and operation of power and infrastructure assets across Africa and the globe. Welcome to the show, Wolemi Esan! Hi, good to have you. Good to have you. So, if you can tell, I'm particularly excited because I have a learned colleague in the house. Hi, Wole, how are you? You look
Very
dapper.
well. Oh, you're not looking bad yourself.
Thank you. Ah, but Wole, you like book, oh. LLB from Lagos State University, LLM, MBA, now PhD. So this constant quest for knowledge and degrees, what does it do for you and your career?
Okay, there are two reasons why I have so many degrees. There's the rational reason and there's the irrational reason. So the rational reason is that I get bored very quickly.
Okay.
And so when I get bored, I ask myself, what next? Then I find a degree and I start doing it.
Cool.
So in a fit of boredom, I decided to take a degree, and and I just been taking
getting them.
Yeah.
Then when you're bored, guys, did you learn that when you're bored, just say, what's the next degree? I'm going, but no, just teasing.
Then the rational
reason. It shows you a smart head. That's just it. People have fun. They go to clubs. They go when they are bored. But our dear Wolemi Esan just gets a degree.
So maybe people people enjoy themselves in different
ways.
And it depends on the talent you have.
Yeah. So what's your talent?
Limited talent, I can only read and write. so
you're using that.
So if the only thing you can do is to read and write, then what else do you do with your spare time? But the more rational reason, on a more serious note, is that I have this thirst for knowledge, and I'm always one seeking for the unknown, try to unravel it, and moving from the unknown to the known. And I've taken some degrees that probably you won't expect a lawyer to be interested in. So, for example, I have an MBA. Not many lawyers are interested in getting
I've got one.
Okay.
Please let me post. I've got one.
So that makes two of us. So
I think it just makes you a more well-rounded.
Absolutely. So in terms of what it's done for my career, it's helped me a lot because of the nature of the work I do is sort of corporate advisory, and so I get to advise a lot of business people who are not necessarily interested in the minutiae of the law.
Yeah,
they just want to understand how the law can help them achieve their commercial objective. And if you have sort of a business degree, it sort of helps you in contextualizing your advice. So it's not just telling them what section 5 of CAMA says, which may not necessarily be what they need. They just need a solution, and they need someone who is commercially aware to...
I totally agree, because this is my experience. I think, in a nutshell, it just makes you a business head alongside a legal head.
Absolutely.
That's really what it does. Amazing, but I have to ask you this, though. Why degrees always? Why won't you? I mean, we live in a digital age. Why aren't you just going on and say, okay, today I want to learn about, how power, this, and just go online? What's the value that getting, a degree with the knowledge does? What does that do for you?
So and you're right, there are different ways of acquiring knowledge, and it depends on what you want to do with the knowledge at the end of the day. But my experience is that, at least given the way I'm wired, studying for a degree or studying for a course allows you to learn in a structured manner and forces discipline. And don't forget that you'll have a number of other things competing for your time. So if you don't have, at least personally, if I don't have sort of a program that is forcing me to behave in a particular way, it's always easy to deprioritize and say, okay, yeah, I've bought that book. I'll get to it sometime.
I know.
But if you have a professor
that
that
this
is
time.
exactly, so you're forced to
I totally agree. Wale, you became a partner in your firm at what age? I know it was really young.
I think I was 30, 31.
That is epic. That's unusual. And I say so because if you know Wale's firm, that's one of the top 5 in Nigeria. So it's not, we're not talking about a group of 10 people, then he rose to be partner, no. Like loads of people. 30, 31? Please tell me. Well, okay, so now give us the tips. I won't tell anyone, just you and I.
Oh, well.
What do you think stood you out and made them trust you with such a role so early?
A number of factors. Starting point, I was very lucky, right?
You're very lucky. Oh, well, you were all lucky, so that is
so I was very lucky. That's number one. And number two, I had a mentor at a very young age at the bar that sort of guided me through the process. And he just said to me that, Wolemi, if law practice is your long game, you have to do 3 things. You have to grind, mind, and find. So grinding is being able to do the work. So you have to be an excellent lawyer, and that's a baseline competency. And secondly, you have to mind. Minding is looking after the business. So you're not just sitting in your little cubicle, writing whatever opinion or whatever brief or drafting whatever agreement you're asked to. You look beyond that baseline requirement and focus on the business itself and how you can contribute to the business. And thirdly, finding is being able to find good clients. So that's the number one, that's the number 2 factor. Number 3 factor, I was also lucky to be in a firm where the partnership really wanted to create and still wants to create a sustainable institution. And so it's desirous of empowering young people at a very early age. And so those combination of things.
Amazing. When I grow up, I want to be like you.
No.
You've been described by the chambers as one, this is how they describe Wolemi, one who can identify issues. Obviously, you're a unique lawyer. You're not the average lawyer people encounter. This is just one of the reviews. Honestly, there's loads of them just because of time. you've been described as one that has a commercial mind and you analyze issues, in a unique manner. Tell us, because I'm sure you know what you do that a lot of your mates are not doing.
Well, again...
Grind, mind, find, right?
That separates from this one.
Okay.
To be honest, I wouldn't know why I was described as the one that can identify issues. But I guess it could be because over time, I've sort of developed the ability to separate the noise from the key issues. Because if you're working on a complex transaction, there'll be several issues, right? But you need to be able to focus on the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that you need to solve to get the deal over the line. So for example, you're advising a CEO and there's a 200-page document that you're negotiating on his behalf, on behalf of the company. And when you get your 3, 4, 5 minutes with the CEO,
you can't be talking 200 pages.
Exactly. So you need to tell him, because you need his, as your principal, you need his guidance on some key issues.
Well, if you're going to advise a young law graduate now, because, there's this constant battle, oh, no, I'm a corporate commercial lawyer, no litigation. With benefit of hindsight, looking at your career, what would you advise a fresh law graduate to, what kind of job would you advise them to take up? And how would you advise them to evolve?
Okay, so that's an interesting question, and I have a personal experience to share. So when I started practice, in my mind, I thought I just wanted to do corporate law and nothing else. So when I joined Olaniwun Ajayi as a fresh graduate straight from law school, I expressed that intention, that I just wanted to be a corporate lawyer. And one of the partners said to me that, look, you don't know enough about the law to make up your mind what you want to be. So deliberately, I was put in the litigation practice group, right? Despite the fact that I wanted to be a commercial lawyer. And after about 2 or 3 years, I was moved from litigation into commercial law. Now, that has significantly helped my practice because not too many commercial lawyers have that litigation foundation. And the litigation foundation that I had as a young lawyer has really helped me. So that even now, when I'm advising my clients, I won't necessarily call myself an expert in litigation, but I have the framework to process litigation issues, and I can give some sort of placeholder advice and then consult with my litigation partner. So what would my advice be? My advice is, whether you want to be a litigation lawyer in the full term or you want to be a commercial lawyer in the fullness of time, start out with an open mind, because no knowledge gained is lost.
What would you say lawyers are sleeping? What area of law would you say, or what areas of law would you say lawyers are sleeping on?
In one breath, one can easily say Nigeria is over-lawyered. Over-lawyered in the sense that there are just too many lawyers.
Yeah.
Every year, my understanding is that law school now produces about 5,000 lawyers every year.
Thereabouts.
So which means that you have a whole lot of lawyers in the system. But at the same time, you see that all the lawyers are sort of gravitating towards the defined areas of practice, right? So you don't see, or you hardly see lawyers venturing into a new area. So for example, medical negligence, it's very quiet in this part. And if you go to other climes like the US, it's very big, but nobody is talking about it here. Entertainment, we're beginning to see a bit of traction. Fintech, we're beginning to see a bit of movement in that space too. So the bottom line is, law is a very, very wide space, and there's enough room for everybody.
Everyone.
And if you just take a step back, try to understand the market, try to identify where the gaps are, and try to take advantage of it.
Yes, I totally agree. I mean, I love what you said about medical negligence, because that even just opens another can of worms, But Wale, it's been amazing, mind-blowing speaking with you. Gosh, my mind is blown. But Wale isn't going anywhere yet. You're still going to see Wolemi when he goes head-to-head with Femi Oyedikwe. But when we return, we'll get binging and we'll get into all things culture and all. See you when I get back. was the Atilogu dance from the Igbo tribe of Nigeria. That was fabulous. So today, guys, I am your Lolo, and that means I am a chief's wife. So, yes, we are celebrating the Igbo tribe and their culture on today's segment of Let's Get Binging. Yes, that's us celebrating the Igbo tribe and culture of Nigeria. My son, come. How are you today, Sam Dandy?
I'm fine.
God bless you. Let us go.
Come.
You look
Come
fabulous.
on. Thank you so much.
Hi, Chef Lina.
Hi, Chef Lina.
I smell some Igbo food already.
Yes,
I can't
yummy.
wait. I can't
Thank
wait.
you.
What do we have?
So we have abacha, popularly known as African salad. The main ingredients include shredded cassava.
Wow, this is shredded cassava. It looks fabulous.
Yes, it is.
Amazing.
Ugba leaves,
Ugba. It's a leaf.
Yes.
Okay.
Garden eggs.
All right.
Stockfish, mackerelfish, and
What leaves
juicy
are those,
momo.
though?
This is utazi. This is yes.
This is that
the
one
right
that
leaf
makes the
for
food
it.
smell very
yes.
yum.
It has a bitter. It has a little bitter taste.
Lovely.
Yes.
All right, let's have a taste. African salad. Sam Dandy, you have to join me on this one.
I must.
It's very medicinal as well.
I must say it's my I must say it's my first time having this, even though I've seen it a lot of times.
Okay.
But it's a bitter taste. Where's that coming from?
Yes, the utazi leaves. So it makes your bones really strong. The combination of this and all the other ingredients. I mean, yes.
Wow.
It does.
Okay, so what time of the day can I have this? Breakfast,
mean,
lunch, dinner?
Ideally, you can snack it. Have it for lunch, dinner, but not a breakfast kind of food.
I'm trying to see how it
Not a
tastes with the
breakfast.
fish.
I mean, it's fabulous, like very, very flavorful.
The fish does give it a different taste. I like it
Yes,
with the fish.
exactly.
This
the
is heaven on
combination
earth.
of 3 different fish, the flavors busting out.
This
I
is
mean,
heaven on earth.
I
Igbo Kwenu! Thank you so much.
Thank you so much,
This
Emma.
is fabulous. And it's that time on the show where we meet good people. Good people are people changing their community one person at a time. And today we have with us Dare Asobele. Nice to meet you. Please come over for a chat. Dare is the founder of the Anti-Suicide and Depression Squad.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Tell us what you do.
All right. So I'm the founder of Anti-Suicide and Depression Squad, and what we do is we try to cater to people that are dealing with mental health related issues. At the same time, people that can't even relate to it, and have family members that are dealing with it as well. So we just see how we can help people, connect people to therapists, have support group sessions, and also create the ASADS listeners as well, just to help people.
That's interesting. My first question would be, how do you know when someone is depressive?
All right, so for you to say someone is depressed, or for someone to know that they are depressed, they must have stopped doing certain things that they usually would do for a period of 2 weeks. Say, for example, now you usually will play football normally every weekend, and then for about 2 weeks you've stopped doing that, or you usually will even do certain things you usually used to do again for a period of 2 weeks. So
Dare, why are you doing this, by the way? You're a young, good-looking, smashing young man. Why are you so concerned about depressed people?
All right, so personally, I was depressed like 2 years ago, and I lost my uncle to depression. And
your uncle died of depression?
Yeah, he died of depression. And for me, 4 days before he died, he called me, but I didn't pick up that call.
Wow.
So for me, I always kept feeling like, what if I picked up that call? And I could just imagine so many other people that might most likely be dealing with the same thing. So I just said, I want to do something. And I just created a WhatsApp group, and then in less than 6 hours, 250 people joined the platform. And this was like last year, January.
What do you guys do on the WhatsApp group? Is it depressed people getting counsel or what?
All right, so when I created the group, and then over 250 people joined the group. So, I mean, the name says Anti-Suicide and Depression Squad. So my mentality was, let's have a group of people that have been depressed before, let's help other people. So I'm like, okay, everyone introduce yourself. And then everybody's talking about how they are still struggling with this thing, while some people cannot even relate to the issue. So what we decided to do now was we have people both dealing and people that can't relate. So the idea is to drop content, get professionals to be able to help people that are still dealing with it. And then those that can't relate, how can they learn and also be able to help other people that they know as well to be able to get better and so much.
You have a 24-hour line.
Yeah.
I think that's fabulous. In Nigeria, a 24-hour line where people can call if they are depressed or having suicidal thoughts.
Yeah.
How do you keep that going, though? Like, some of your volunteers don't sleep? Or
Yeah, so the thing now is they are called ASADS listeners. So I already
they're called sad listeners.
ASADS
Oh,
listeners.
ASADS listeners.
Anti-Suicide
Okay.
and Depression Squad
Okay.
listeners. So I already made them understand that, I told them my story. I mean, imagine if I picked up that call or something like
that's
that.
why you have the
so that's why I created the
call.
ASADS listeners, so that people can just call and they just talk. Most times people just want to talk to strangers, people they don't even know, and just talk about anything. Another thing we do is the WhatsApp group, everything we do is confidential. Like nothing you say can be used against you because people need free spaces they can just express themselves.
Amazing. I think you are amazing.
I agree.
I think what you're doing is amazing.
Thank you.
this is one issue that is downplayed in Africa, in
That's
this
right.
society especially.
Among black people.
And where do you see this organization in 5 years? What do you want to do on, on the bigger scale?
So the idea is to create a system that works, and then let's see the output after a few months, and then years, and then let's replicate it in other African countries and then globally as well.
So far, you've taken about how many depression calls?
Wow, we can't count.
Wow.
We can't count. It's a lot. It's
like over 100?
More than 100.
Oh, wow.
More than 100.
Oh, wow.
Oh, and the platform now we've expanded. So we have ASADS forum in Ghana, Ife, Abuja, and then Lagos. We have about 7 as well. Yeah.
Such a pleasure to meet you. Thank you so much for what you're doing. You're an amazing person. Thank you for being good-hearted and good-natured.
Thank you for having me.
I know good people. Do you know good people? If you know anyone in your community changing one life or the life of a few people, please let us know. Hit us up on our social media at the BWG Show. You never know. They might just be here with me sometime soon. When I return, it will be game time. I can't wait. Welcome back to the show, and it's game time! I'm super excited because I don't know who is going to win. Is it the lawyers or the chocolatiers? So follow me because we're about to find out. Hi, people.
Hi.
Hello.
How are you?
Fine.
How do you feel?
Well.
Any
Well.
cheaters? Any?
No.
Borrowing from your energy.
All right, so it's balloon darts. Very easy. You've got 5 darts each. The red darts are for you, Femi, and the green darts are for you, Wolemi. All you need to do is throw and make sure you burst as many balloons as you can. Guys, let's cheer them on to make sure their energy level while they are throwing it. All right, so can you take 2 steps forward, please? 2 moderate steps forward.
Okay.
So you're close enough.
Okay.
Or do you want to move this way a bit?
Sure.
Okay. So, are you ready?
Yeah.
All right, on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Let's go. Yay! The Lions won! And of course, we've got a lovely gift for our learned winner.
Okay.
Congratulations. Femi, you fought like a chocolatier. Well done, guys. It's been amazing having you on the show. We are pumped, we are schooled, we are everything, and thank you, thank you, thank you. So we definitely cannot wait to see even more things. In fact, Femi, I know that in a few years, I'll be shopping those chocolates abroad and everything. And Wolemi, I just have a feeling I'm standing next to our next Attorney General or something. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Yeah. Thank you so much for watching Binging with Gamechangers today. It's been a super packed episode, from exploring the Igbo culture to getting into legal minds and learning how to make chocolate. It's been packed today. And I have to just recognize my amazing, thrilling audience. They made it so It's been fun doing this with you guys, honestly. Until you see me again, don't stop being the best in whatever space you find yourself. Bye.